Yo, this is your favorite friendly neighborhood Toronto, and today we're going to be talking about next gen game pricing and more specifically NBA 2K21's pricing. So, to kick it off, 2K just came out and they ended up sharing the pricing scheme that they have for NBA 2K21. So, it's pretty much a tiered level where they have a standard edition and they are also bringing out a Mamba Forever edition. So everything looks standard affair here until you take a closer look at the pricing. Now, for NBA 2K21 on the Xbox One and the PS4, you're going to be looking at a standard retail price of $60. And then for the Mamba edition for the PS4 and the Xbox One, you're going to be looking at $100 for that version. Now, going over to the next gen version of the game, and you're looking at the PS5 and this Xbox Series X game, we're going to be getting a $10 increase, moving from the $60 pricing to the $70 pricing. And honestly, it's been a long time coming for these devs to actually start pushing games to that pricing. As we all know and heard for a long time that the development costs have been increasing dramatically over the last few years, and the pricing of these games have been staying the same. This is also why I feel like MTXs have been so prevalent in our games lately, and I'm actually going to elaborate more on that in a little bit later. But before I get to that, I really want to just talk about the egregiousness that 2K21 is taking with the pricing, and more specifically on the Mamba Forever edition, where if you were to get that version on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, is the only way that you're going to be able to access the smart delivery or the free upgrade feature to getting it over onto the next gen. And if you were to get just the standard edition, you are no longer able to do that. Again, why they would do that makes no sense, besides the fact that they're greedy as all hell. Like, this is a multi-layered issue that I have here. Starting off with the fact that they could have easily given you these upgrades with just the standard edition, but they went and arbitrarily hid that behind the Mamba Forever edition, which cost you $100. Not only are you paying now $100 for the Mamba Forever edition, you then get the upgrade to only the standard edition for the next gen. Now, why won't they just give you an apple for apple? Again, they just want more money. And not only do they have this in a game where it is completely riddled, I mean absolutely riddled with microtransactions everywhere. Me personally, I used to love playing basketball games. 2K is pretty much the only one that's out there now, since Live doesn't really come out with anything. But I've stopped playing back in 2K15, around there. Whenever VCs really became more prevalent into the game, I was just like, I'm off this. This is not a game for me. I'm not spending my money on this. And to earn anything in the game takes you days. And I mean, not just days. You got to treat this game like it's a second job pretty much. And I'm not going to do that. Got time to spend on my family and my own life, for God's sakes. It's just sickening to me exactly how much these people are being very predatory with their practices. In a game where back in the day you used to be able to just change your hair, change your tattoos, change your hairband or your wristbands, not all of that stuff is kind of locked behind VCs that you earn at minimal rates during the game. That's why they have all these different microtransactions pushing you to spend more money so you can buy more VC, so then you could then customize what your person looks like, and also that it's in the same pool with your upgrades. But I won't talk about just the design of this game. That's for a whole nother video. But the whole point is that this company is making millions, and I mean millions of dollars, and they have recouped what they spent on the production of this game tenfolds. So when it comes to the increased pricing of the games, I'm actually looking forward to it if it means that there's no more microtransactions that are going to be seen in the games. I'm tired of spending full price for a game and then still not being or having full access to the game that I bought. Like, could you imagine going to a restaurant and buying a burger and you were able to get, your patty, your bun, your ketchup, your tomatoes, your onions, and then one day they turn around and they say you go back to the restaurant to go buy a burger, and for the same price all they give you now is the patty and the bottom bun. For you to get the same experience, you now have to spend an extra $2 on the top bun, an extra $3 on your onion or your tomatoes or your cheese. That is pretty much is what has been happening with the game industry for the longest bit of time, because I'm okay with a game dev, they're developing the game, and then after the game comes out, they go and they spend more time and resources on building an expansion to the game. Of course, charge for that. You guys are in the business of making money. You guys put your time in and spent money on building this product. But now where my biggest problem comes in with this whole situation is when these game devs have made a full game and then it's all on the disc, and they arbitrarily then go and block access to that. And for you to get access to the game that you already bought, by the way, you then have to pay more so you can have full access to everything that is on that disc. Now that's just straight up BS, and that is again predatory and greedy, and you're going way and beyond, way above and beyond. Now I believe these game devs do need to be paid, but how are you telling me that Activision back in 2018 made $7.5 billion, which was a record number for them, and then after recording that number, they then go and proceed to lay off 800 employees? Like, what was the purpose of that? Wasn't the fact that you guys need money to then pay these developers and your employees, but then you're going around to turn and then lay them off because what? You want to pay your CEO Bobby Kotick around $30 million a year? So the money's not even going to these devs, it's going to these fat cats and the suits that are up there. This what? You need an extra 10 feet on your yacht? Get the hell out of here, man. Like, all of that is just BS. And then for you guys to do that, all you're doing is bringing more microtransactions. Like, if the money's supposed to go to the dev, which is what you're saying, then how is it that you made the most amount of money and you're laying off these devs? You should have money to go pay for them. But that's obviously not what you guys are doing. You guys are looking for your profit margins. You guys are there trying to please these shareholders, but you're doing it on the backs of us gamers that are out there. Don't tell me that, oh, you could easily earn these things in game, but it would take me a year to earn it. And then back in the day, it would have been only what, 2-3 hours to earn the same thing that is taking me almost a month to get. Like, the games are now designed in a way to push you to then go and spend money on the microtransactions just to enjoy the games like how you used to enjoy them. So my whole thing here is saying that I want the prices of the games to go up. That's good. And it's fixed prices. This would just give less excuses for microtransactions to be there. But don't increase the prices of these games and then also keep the microtransactions there and also increase how many microtransactions are in there. These governments really need to start regulating these publishers, because this is just getting out of hand. And I really didn't want this to turn into a rant, but that's just how these publishers and game developers have me feeling, specifically when it comes to these microtransactions. And a lot of it is really geared to the younger generation of gamers, because as an older generation gamer myself, I know how games were designed, and me personally, I just don't partake in it because I'm like, this is BS. Unless you're giving me something extra like an expansion where you're expanding on the story and it's extra content that wasn't on the disc, okay, you got me. I'm gonna go and spend my money. So at the end of the day, I do think that the pricing of the games should go up. Just please get rid of the microtransaction. I'm just really trying to hammer that home. Also, maybe this might open up the field where there's going to be a more flexible pricing, where some games could be $30, $25, $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90. Again, depending on what that game is really providing you as a service. Because I do believe games like Grand Theft Auto, for example, or Cyberpunk 2077, those games don't need to be charged at $60. They are providing you so much more than what that $60 is, again, granting you, compared to some other games. I know it gets into mucky water into what makes a $60 game a $60 game, or what makes a $40 game a $40 game. But if they want to just go and stick with the fixed pricing, then increase it to the $70. Just don't do it on the Canadian side, because already we used to pay $60 and then that jumped to $80, and we've been paying $80 for a couple years now. So you can keep us at $80. Sorry, my US fellows. If you guys are up by 70, going up to 70, then you're going up to 70. But hey, the silver lining is we should probably get rid of these microtransactions. So let me know what you guys think. What would be that high retail price point that you would pay to remove microtransactions from a game. Do you think $70 is okay, 80 or 90? And let me know why in the comments. And just thank you for those who made it through to the end of this video. Sorry for the rant, but please share, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications so you don't miss any of the new videos that get posted. It really does a lot in helping me grow this channel. I will have all the details on where you can follow everything Toronto in the description. So that's everything for now. So it's not bye. Bye. See you later on the next one. And I'm out.